With 3 Dragon Ball movie appearances to his name, Broly has understandably become a cult favorite villain for many Dragon Ball fans. Before he makes his grand re-emergence as a canon character in the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, let's take a look back at the history of Broly and see just what makes this legendary Super Saiyan so popular. Broly made his debut in Broly, the Legendary Super Saiyan, which is where we learn of his origins, including his unique relationship with Goku. But first, a little context. In the Dragon Ball universe, Saiyans are a mighty warrior race from a planet called Vegeta. They travel through space at the behest of Frieza, the tyrant of the universe, conquering planet after planet, enabling Frieza to sell those worlds to the highest bidder. Saiyans were a powerful addition to Frieza's army because not only do they have higher than average strength, but they also love fighting, stay in prime physical condition until very late in life, and they have the impressive ability to become stronger after every battle. Because of these attributes and legends which foretold the rise of an incredibly powerful warrior called the Legendary Super Saiyan, Frieza eventually began to fear a Saiyan uprising. Around this time, a young Saiyan warrior named Paragus welcomed his son Broly into the world. Broly was born on the same day as Goku, then known as Kakarot, which meant that they were next-door neighbor pod babies. It also meant that Broly was subject to Goku's incessant crying non-stop, which caused Broly to develop this deeply rooted, almost subconscious hatred for Goku.
Kakarot!
I mean, he really hates him.
Kakarot!
Like hatred hot enough to melt ice. But we'll get to that later.
Kakarot!
What the heck's a Kakarot?
Broly was also born with an unbelievably high power level of 10,000, which made King Vegeta a little bit scared of the monster Broly would eventually become. So, he ordered both Broly and Paragus to be executed. Before King Vegeta could finish the job though, Frieza, out of his own fear of the Saiyan strength, ordered his own execution of the entire race, carried out by his own hand. Broly and Paragus survive the explosion of Planet Vegeta, and thus begins the revenge plot on King Vegeta, to be carried out on his son, Prince Vegeta, who now goes by just Vegeta, by way of luring him to the planet New Vegeta. Whew, that's a lot of Vegetas. Broly turned out to be exactly the monster everyone feared him to be, even to the point where Paragus needed to place a mind-controlling crown on his head just to keep a handle on him. With Broly under his control, Paragus attempts to strand Vegeta and his friends on the isolated planet. But Broly's hatred of the crying baby Goku is so strong that it drives him to break free of Paragus' hold. He then transforms into a legendary Super Saiyan, and then they do what all Dragon Ball characters do best: punch stuff real fast, while screaming and shooting energy blasts from their hands. After a long fight, Goku was finally able to defeat Broly by absorbing energy from every other fighter and landing a decisive blow which, seemingly, caused Broly to explode. Goku and the others quickly escaped on a capsule ship, and the planet was destroyed by a comet. In Broly's second coming, it is revealed that the legendary Super Saiyan survived the destruction of planet New Vegeta by escaping in a Saiyan pod, ultimately crash landing on Earth, where he was frozen atop a mountain range. Videl, Goten, and Trunks discover Broly while searching for the Dragon Balls. Everything was going great, until
I said no!
Goten started crying. And since Goten looks and sounds exactly like baby Goku, Broly's aforementioned hatred, which you'll remember is hot enough to melt ice, causes him to awaken in a rage. While Trunks distracts Broly, Gohan arrives, and he and Goten are able to fight back. The Dragon Balls summon the spirit of Goku, who joins his sons to perform a family Kamehameha attack, which launches Broly into the sun, destroying him. Or so you'd think. In Bio Broly, it is revealed that a company harvested some of Broly's DNA after his battle with Gohan, Trunks, and Goten, and had created a clone of him, as well as other powerful warriors. While investigating the island lab, Trunks and Goten discover the clone, while he is still in a vat of liquid, and attempt to destroy him. Broly retaliates, and the battle quickly wreaks havoc at the laboratory, rupturing vats of an extremely acidic ooze. Broly devolves into a sludge-like state, but is still able to overwhelm Trunks, Goten, and Android 18 in combat. Trunks lures Broly under a large vat and destroys it, covering Broly in the caustic ooze. It seems that the legendary Super Saiyan has been destroyed, but the vast quantities of acid begin to break out of the lab and cover the entire island. When the ooze reaches the ocean, Goten and Trunks discover seawater turns into stone. Broly rises from the sludge to renew his attack, but he gets turned to stone since he's in the sea, giving the opening for Goten and Trunks to take Broly down for good. The film ends with a vision of Goku in the afterlife, who is informed that Broly is causing trouble down in hell. After finishing his meal, Goku prepares to fight the legendary Super Saiyan once again. For more on Broly, be sure to check out our breakdowns of the first and second trailers for Dragon Ball Super Broly, as well as our reactions to the initial reveal, and some of the other surprising things we gleaned from what we've seen so far. And for everything else, keep it here on IGN.